Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Steph from the Hot Moving Podcast. Said Jason Whitlock, right on schedule, is coming at Deion Sanders. I'm okay with people criticizing Deion Sanders, but his Jason Whitlock's criticism makes no sense. It really doesn't at this point. But he really goes in for Deion Sanders having those critical statements when he was asked about Cormani McClain, the star freshman cornerback or five-star cornerback who really hasn't seen the field. And, we heard Deion, what he said. Basically, he wants guys to come to the meeting on time, prepare, put in the work and film time, study sessions, all those things. These are not just Deion Sanders. I mean, this is what coaches want. Really good coaches of what they expect out of their players, right? They expect them to put in the practice time, the work, the film sessions, the study time, all those things, right? To show that you're committed and that, then if you do all those things, you can see the field and play, right? But Jason Whitlock wants to take this very bizarre angle. He wants to bring up race in this situation, and he makes a really weird comparison. And I'm gonna play a pretty lengthy clip, and I'm gonna get back to you guys. So.
That is as brutal a public critique as you will hear from a college football head coach about any player, especially a freshman. Deion justified it, as you heard. I'm old school. Well, I'm old school too. And I don't have much of a problem with Deion's harsh critique. It's the kind of thing Bobby Knight would do during his heyday as a college basketball coach. Many reporters and pundits blasted Bobby Knight for his bully tactics. No one feared criticizing Bob Knight and his old school military methods of motivation. You weren't called a racist or a sellout for publicly questioning Knight's coaching style. The sports media world hadn't been overrun with feminized ex-jocks and groupie reporters obsessed with access. You could disagree with a high-profile sports figure without running the risk of a dumb jock or a social media-controlled reporter screaming, "That's racist!" Those were the good old days. In this new era, Deion Sanders exists in a protective bubble where he's shielded from the kind of fair criticism Bobby Knight endured throughout his coaching career. Deion has black elite celebrity privilege. Black and white elites guard Deion's public persona as if world peace rested on maintaining his fragile ego.
So Whitlock is now saying that Deion Sanders, his tactics is compared to Bobby Knight. I mean, so Bobby Knight coached ball at Indiana, and Bobby Knight was known for throwing chairs all over the place and way more out of control than the comments that Deion Sanders made about player preparation as it relates to his freshman recruit to see the field. And then he says that Deion Sanders is protected by the black elites. What is the black elites? I didn't know we had a collection of black people in high positions to protect Deion Sanders. I thought Deion Sanders earned his merits for becoming a Hall of Fame cornerback, and then working his tail off at Jackson State to parlay that into a job as the head coach at Colorado University. He's the one going woke. He's bringing race into this when it wasn't. Deion was just simply stating basically why a player is not seeing the field and he has an expectation. But Whitlock wants to talk about, Deion Sanders is in a protected class. He can get away with this. Black elites and white elites are protecting Deion Sanders. How? I don't see it. There's plenty of people who want to see Deion Sanders succeed. Plenty of people want to see Deion Sanders fail. Specifically Jason Whitlock. And he is really grasping for anything that basically Deion Sanders says, right? So what is Deion Sanders supposed to say as it relates to his player, right? But even him saying that, he wants to bring this all the way back to the old days of Bobby Knight, comparing his outrageous self, comparing it to Deion Sanders, man. This is the new low. for Jason Whitlock, man. I mean, I'm not gonna do a video every time about Whitlock, but I mean, it's pretty much comedic satire at this point. You know, I mean, he is really grasping, pulling for anything, and making it a stretch. You know, this is absolutely crazy, man. You know, look, Bobby Knight, hey, good coach, but we know about his antics, his outbursts with the media and on the basketball court. Okay, this doesn't even come anywhere. What Deion Sanders did is nowhere near close. And to say that he is being protected by the black elite sounds like some made up skull and bones nonsense. How? Yes, he has a lot of black support from just the black community in general, but that doesn't mean that the black elites are somehow protecting and shielding Deion Sanders, as if Deion Sanders needs shielding. Deion Sanders can defend himself. He always defended himself. You know, he's gonna speak his mind. He's gonna stick to what he says, and so be it. You know, I think people just like Deion Sanders for his bravado, his moxie, you know, and he, like, obviously his play on the field when he was a player and being a Hall of Fame player, and he has a lot of fans who support him because he, number one, played for America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, won a championship. You know what I'm saying? That and alone brings star power and cachet to Deion Sanders. So he's going to have all those people, white and black people, supporting Deion Sanders, you know? And then he goes to a predominantly white institution, and he's bringing all this attention and national attention and putting that dead football program that was 111 in Colorado on the map. So yeah, the white people are in that area, in that region, are also heavily supporting. But what elites? What elites is he talking about here? You know, it's just made up nonsense again from him, and it, again, not a real valid critique of Deion Sanders. You know, you want to critique Deion Sanders, play calling, all that stuff, whatever. I mean, you're parsing his comments, you're parsing his coaching abilities, right? You're parsing everything about his coaching, his statements about a player. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people have questions as why he's not playing, and Deion Sanders explained it. He didn't excoriate anybody. He just simply said, yo, if you're not putting in the work and the time, you're not going to play. You know, but this is Bobby Knight level, right? And he's protected by the black elites. That is the new narrative from Jason Whitlock. Man, absolutely absurd. Let me know what y'all think, man. Thanks for listening. Please like, subscribe. Y'all have a good night. I'm out.